Good evening, beta. Am I audible to everyone? Sure. So today I have got one paper from units and dimension to Newton's laws of motion beta. I just want to do them randomly. Let me know how far you are able to do it out. Take some paper, a rough paper, and as well as a pen or pencil, and try to see that how fast you can do the question paper with me. Okay. So randomly we'll try to see that how fast we can attempt the question paper. Okay. So the first question beta. Which of the following does not show the correct link between the physics and technology? Photocell is connected to photoelectric effect. That's true. Optical fibers is connected to internal reflection of light. That's true. Fusion test reactor, magnetic confinement of plasma, and rocket propulsion, Archimedes principle. Which of the following does not show the correct link? I hope everyone can give me the answer for this one. Everyone. Give me your answers, Twitter. Which of the following does not show the correct link between the physics and technology? Photocell is connected to photoelectric effect beta. That is true. Optical fiber, total internal reflection. That is also true. Fusion test reactor, magnetic confinement of plasma. You need to cross check this one. And also rocket propulsion, Archimedes principle. See, Archimedes principle is associated with buoyancy, and rocket propulsion is been associated with your what beta? Newton's third law, isn't it? For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So it does not show correct reaction means this is your wrong right now. And even this one is right now for me correct. Okay, sure. See the next question. Which of the following statement is not correct regarding the conservation laws? Very good question, beta. Which of the following statements is not correct regarding the conservation laws? First one, conservation law cannot be proved. Conservation law is hypothesis based on the observations and experiment. Conservation laws does not have deep connection with symmetrics of nature. Conservation of energy and momentum are considered as the fundamental laws of your physics. Can anyone give me the answer for this one? Can anyone give me the answer for this one? Which of the following statements is not correct regarding the conservation laws? Can anyone? Conservation law cannot be proved. Not correct. It can be proved better. This one is wrong. Conservation law is hypothesis based on observations and experiments. Conservation law does not have any deep connection with symmetries of nature. Conservation of energy and momentum are considered as the fundamental laws of your physics. No, this is not a fundamental law of your physics, better. Conservation law does not have any deep connection with symmetry. See, conservation laws are the hypothesis based on the observations and experiment. Isn't it? It's a hypothesis based on the observations and experiments, and it cannot be proved. And it cannot be proved. Okay. And this laws has the connections with the symmetry in nature. And he is telling that conservation law does not have any deep connection with symmetry telling. This is wrong. Which of the following is not correct? This is not correct. Conservation of energy and momentum are considered as fundamental laws of physics. This will be true. Conservation laws cannot be proved. This one is also true. And conservation laws is an hypothesis based on observations and experiment. This is also true. Conservation of law does not have any deep connection with the symmetry. See, we talk about only the connections with your symmetrical bodies, isn't it? So this statement is wrong. It is associated with the symmetric bodies bit. Okay. Chalo. Which of the following is a unitless quantity? Can anyone tell me? Anything divided by length is known as gradient width. Pressure gradient means pressure divided by length. Velocity gradient means velocity divided by length. Third one is plane angle. And fourth one is displacement gradient. Unitless antunadu. So unitless means pressure divided by length is known as pressure gradient. Velocity divided by length. Plane angle means theta. Displacement matlab, displacement is x divided by L. Dimension of both of them is L and L. So this will be equal to 0. Unitless. So the best option right now I can write for this one is 4. The device used for measuring the mass of atoms and molecules is anyone? The device used for measuring the mass of your atoms and as well as of your molecules. Spring balance, common balance, torsional balance, mass spectrography. Used to measuring the mass, it is a mass spectrography. Better. Done. Next one. What is the angle of an arc of a circular length of 15.5 centimeter? So 15.7 centimeters subtending at the center. The radius of the circular arc is 30 centimeters. So this is your circular arc. Listen, what is the angle of an arc is telling? Angle of your arc means this one, this theta. Of length, that this length is given for me as 15.7 centimeters. And radius is given for me, r is equals to 30 centimeters. So I need to calculate the value of theta. So theta will be equal to your arc length divided by radius. So it is 15.7 centimeter divided by 30 centimeter. This one will get cancelled. So this will be 15.7 divided by 30. See how much I'm getting. Roughly you can tell me. Unit will be radians. Anyone? 15.7 divided by 30 in terms of radians. We are getting this theta in degrees beta. We know that 360 degrees is equals to your 2 pi radians, isn't it? So 1 degree will be equal to how much for me? 2 pi divided by 360, or that will be equal to pi by 180. So this one is 15.7 divided by 30. This will be degrees. So that will be equal to 15.7 divided by 30 multiplied by your 5 by 180. Okay. Check it how much I'm getting. Make it fast. How much better? Theta is measured in radians. Sorry. So this value will become how much for me? Theta is here right now, centimeter. This will be in terms of your radians. That means this value will become for me 180 divided by pi. Done? Done everyone? Tell me the answer. pi/2. How beta? Just take care of calculation, that's it. So can you please explain once again? I'm not getting the answer. देखो theta is equals to L by R है ना बेटा. So what will be the length of the arc beta? I'm writing here. Length of arc will be equal to how much for me? Theta divided by 360 degrees into its circumference 2 pi r. So length of the arc is given how much for me? Length of the arc is given how much? 15.7 into 360. I'll take this one here. So this will be equal to how much for me? Theta into 2. Pi value is how much for me? 3.14 into radius r. R value is how much for me? Radius is given how much for me? 30 centimeters. Okay. So radius is given. What is the angle of an arc is asking. So you can calculate the value of theta. Or else you can keep this one in terms of pi only. Because answer is given in terms of your pi. Okay. So calculate the value of theta. So whatever you get the answer, that will be the conditions. Then चलो क्वेश्चन नंबर नेक्स्ट वन देखो बेटा. 61 ट्राई करो. The body falling from the rest from a large height T1, T2, T3 are the time taken by the body to cover the successive equal distances. Then T1 is to T2 is to T3 will be equal to how much? Body starting falling from the rest from a larger height h. T1, T2 and T3 are the time taken by the body to cover the successive equal distances. Then T1 is to T2 is to T3 will be equal to how much? Anyone? Regular question of your kinematics beta. आया किसी को? शिल्पा ट्राई करो. Body starting from where beta? Falling from the rest. So initial velocity will be equal to how much for me? 0. Isn't it? And falling from the left from large height, if T1, T2 are the time taken for me. You can use the relation equal distances, covers equal distances, then T1, T2 will be equal to how much? Like say S is equals to your U into T plus half into your A into T square. Initially dropped. Yes. So initial distance is equals to half into acceleration is A. It is freely falling into G into T square. So from this one I can write T1 is equals to T1 square is equals to your 2S divided by G. So T1 will be equal to under root of 2S divided by G. Isn't it? The same way T2. Isn't it? That means the distance traveled will be equal to how much beta? What is the distance traveled? Successive equal distances telling S plus S, that will be equal to 2S. That will be equal to your half. Again G into your T2 square. Done? The body is taking total time taken for this body. If I'm taking this one as T, this one will be equal to T1. That means this value will become how much for me? T1 will be equal to T1 square will be equal to, this will be 2S into 2 divided by G. That means T1 will be equal to, that is nothing but root 2, isn't it? So this will be equal to root 2 into root 2. So this will be root 2 into root 2S divided by G. That means T1 value will be equal to T minus T1. So that value will be equal to under root of 2 by G into root 2 minus 1. Done? 2 times of S. Similarly, T3. T3 is equals to under root of 2S divided by G into root 3 minus root 2, so on. So it will be the ratio of 1 is to root 2 is to 1 is to root 3 minus root 2 is to go on like that. Done? Sure. Seventh one. Pick out the incorrect statement among the following statements. Systematic errors can be minimized by improving the experimental techniques. Instrumental errors are due to the imperfect designs of instruments. Systematic errors are those errors that tends to be in one direction. Least count error belongs to the category of the random error only. So least count error with a limited size occurs both in systematic and random errors beta. Isn't it? Incorrect statement is 4. Because systematic errors can be minimized by improving the experimental techniques. That is correct. Instrumental errors are due to the imperfect designs of instruments. That is also correct. Systematic errors are those errors that can tend to be in one direction only. That's also correct. But it's telling here right now, least count error belongs to the category of random error only. Least count within the size only it occurs both in systematic error and random errors only. Okay, so that will be the answer for that. Eighth one. The vernier scale of the vernier caliper has 50 divisions coinciding with 45 divisions of the main scale division. If each main scale division is 1 mm, then least count will be equal to how much? Okay, good question here. 45 MSD is equals to 50 VSD is telling, isn't it? That means 1 MSD will be equal to how much beta? 1 MSD will be equal to 50 divided by 45 VSD, isn't it? Or else I can say 1 VSD will be equal to 1 VSD is equals to 45 divided by 50 MSD. What is the least count formula? I hope you remember the least count formula. Least count will be equal to 1 MSD minus of your 1 VSD. So it is equals to 1 MSD minus VSD also I'm writing in terms of this one 45 divided by 50 into your MSD. Isn't it? So that will be equal to your 1 minus 45 divided by 50 MSD. Isn't it? That means 50 minus 45, 5. So this will be equal to 5 divided by your 50 MSD. And 1 MSD is equal to 1 mm. So it is 5 by 10. That means 1 by 10 into your 1 mm. That will come out for me 0.1 mm. That will be the answer. Third option. Done? Sure. The body travels uniformly at a distance of 13.8 plus or minus 0.2 meter in time, 4.0 plus or minus 0.3 seconds. Its speed with the error limits will be equal to how much? Very, very good question and simple question. We know the formula S is equals to V into T. Okay. So from this one, I need to get what? Velocity, speed, V. V is equals to S divided by T. S is equals to how much for me? 13.8 divided by time. Time is equals to how much for me? 4. So this will come out for me approximately 3.45 meter per second. Then error in this one, delta V divided by V is equals to delta S divided by S plus delta T divided by your T. Delta S is given how much for me? 0.2 divided by S is equals to 13.8 plus delta T is 0.3 divided by 4.0. So that will be equal to, if I take the LCM of this one, 13.8 into 4, this will be equal to 0.8 into your 0.414. Okay. So if I simplify this relation, this will be 0.8 into point, this one will be 0.414 divided by 13 point. See, this one is 4, 16. That means this will be 4.94 divided by, this is 13.8 into 4. Check this one, how much I'm getting. I'll be using the calculator for this one roughly right now. This will come out for me 0.0895. Okay, so delta V will be equal to how much? Delta V is equals to 3.45, this value, V into 0.0895. That is approximately, I can take it as 0.308. Okay, that means for the calculation purpose, I can make it as 0.3. Isn't it? So V will be equal to how much for me? 3.4 plus or minus of 0.83. This will be the answer. So 3.4 plus or minus 0.3. First option will be the answer for this. Done. 10th one. The displacement of a progressive wave is represented by y is equals to a into sine kx minus omega t, where x is distance and t is time. The dimensions of omega by k will be equal to how much? I hope directly you can do this one. Omega is nothing but how much for me? Omega is equals to 2 pi by your t, or 2 pi into your n. Isn't it? We know already formula from the waves. Omega by k will always gives me what? Speed. Dimensioning also you can check it out once. See, it is omega divided by k, na beta. K is propagation constant, so 2 pi by lambda, you know it. Omega is equals to 2 pi by capital T, or I can write as 2 pi into your frequency f. That means this value will be equal to 2 pi into your f divided by 2 pi by lambda into your lambda. This will get cancelled. So v is equals to n into lambda, so this will be equal to v. Speed, this will be the answer. Clear? Sure. 11th one, can anyone try it out better? Question number 11. एक बार 11 try कर लो. The motion of a particle is described by an equation x is equals to at plus bt square, where a is 15 centimeter per second, b is 3 centimeter per second square. The instantaneous speed of the particle at t is equals to 3 seconds will be equal to how much? Anyone? X is given, a value is given, b value is given, instantaneous speed is asked. Direct question. V is equals to dx divided by dt करना है, differentiation बस. This is equals to d. X की वैल्यू कितनी है? at plus of your p into t square divided by dt. इसमें ये constant है. dt by dt will be 1 plus b differentiation of t square will be equal to 2t. So it is a plus of your 2b into your t. Value of a is given for me, that is 15 plus this one is 2, b value is 3 into time is given as of your t. So it is 15 plus 6 into t. The t is given in the problem as of your how much? 3 seconds. So it is 15 plus 6 into 3. So this will be equal to how much better? 15 plus 18. So this will be 33 centimeter per second. Fourth option. Very good. Next one. 12th one देखो. A boy walks on a straight road from his home to a market 3 kilometers away with a speed of 6 kilometers per hour. He stays at the market for 20 minutes and returns home back to the speed of 6 kilometers per hour. its average speed over the round trip will be equal to how much? He is asking about the speed, not the velocity. If it would have been the velocity, then it would have been become for me 0. But now here it is right now for me speed. Can anyone try करो? 1 मिनट का टाइम ले लीजिए. Boy walks on a straight road from his home. This is his home to the market. This is your market. This is your market and this is your home. The boy is going in a straight road from home to the market, 3 kilometers away, with a speed of v is equals to 6 kilometer per hour. V1. Distance d1 is 6 kilometers. He stays at the market for 20 minutes and returns to the home at a speed of, now it is coming back with a speed of 6 kilometer per hour. The average speed will be equal to how much? V average will be equal to, I hope remembered the formula directly for that one. Total distance traveled will be equal to how much for me? Average speed is equals to your total distance traveled divided by total time. Okay. So time taken to go up and time taken to come down. So time taken will be equal to total distance traveled will be equal to how much better? 3 meters up plus 3 kilometers down. That is 6 kilometers. And total time taken will be equal to how much better? 6 kilometer per hour. So while going there, he stays in the market for how much time? 20 minutes. So to time taken to go from here to here is T1. So T1 is equals to distance, that is a 3 kilometer divided by 6 kilometer per hour. So this will be equal to 3 ones are 3 twos are, that is equals to half hour. Half hour means 30 minutes. Okay. So retaining time is also right now for me 30 minutes. Total time will be equal to how much for me? 30 plus there is stays for 20 plus again 30. So it is 6 divided by total will be, this value will be equal to 60, 70, 80. 6 by 80. Isn't it? This is your 80 minutes. Done? Answer is given in kilometer per hour. So this value will be equal to your 6 into 1 minute is equals to your how much for me? 1 by 60. That means so 6 by 60 divided by 80. 6 6 are 36. 360 divided by 80. This will get cancelled. So it is somewhere around 4.5 kilometer per hour. Fourth option. Done? Sure. 18th one देखो बेटा. Can anyone give me the answer for 18th one? Which of the following statement is are true? A body can have a constant speed with varying velocity. A body can have a constant velocity with varying speed. A body can have velocity without acceleration. A body can have acceleration without having any velocity for me. Which of the following statement is true? Sterling. A body can have constant speed with varying velocity. That's true. A body can have a constant velocity with varying speed. That's not possible. A body can have velocity without acceleration. That is also true. And a body have acceleration without having velocity. That's also true. So it should be A, C, and D. Done? Thirty try करो एक बार fastly. 33 sorry. Question number 33. Anyone? The block has a uniform mass density. The tension at the midpoint of the block is Kaplan is given as 6 kg, 6 Newton, and F is 22 Newton. So now the two unbalanced forces acting on that body weight. So what will be the force acting on that body? So when unbalanced body has been acting, A is equals to net force, that is 22 minus 6 divided by mass of that body. That is 6 kg. That is 22 minus 6 is how much? 16 divided by 6. Isn't it? So now tension in the string. This body is moving in the front direction. So acceleration of the body is also in the front direction. Okay. Now if I'm talking about somewhere here right now, tension in this body is acting in this direction, opposite to that one. So I can write here 22 minus of your T, tension here it is T, will be equal to your mass will be equal to, at center the mass will become for me m by 2 into acceleration. Acceleration will be equal to 16 divided by 6. So this is your 6 divided by 2 into 16 divided by 6. Isn't it? So this will be 22 minus T is equals to, this and this will get cancelled. This one will become for me 8. So this is your 8. So T value will be equal to 22 minus 8. 22 minus 8 is 14 newtons. He's asking at the midpoint of the block. Huh? That's the reason. Can anyone fastly? The addition of 100 plus 0.32 plus 0.05 with correct significant figures will be equal to how much? For addition, the result should be rounded off to how much? देखो कितना आ रहा 100 plus 0.32 plus 0.005. Anyone? 100 plus 0.32 plus 0.05. कितना आ रहा? This will be 100.37. If I'm using the significant figures better, for addition, the result should be round off to 100. So the best option I can write for this one is 4. What did you answer? बता सकते कोई? In the following question, column 1 is matched with column 2. The incorrect match of the columns will be equal to how much? Dynamic friction, limiting friction, static friction, coefficient of friction. The incorrect match, dynamic friction, independent of contact area, maximum value of kinetic friction, less than limiting friction, and less than your coefficient of your static friction. Limiting value is always defined for, next one, limiting friction. Independent of contact area, maximum value of kinetic friction, less than your limiting friction, and less than the coefficient of static. Limiting friction will be defined for only the static friction better. The following figure, column 1 is matched with column 2. The incorrect match is asking. He is asking the incorrect match. Limiting friction, maximum value of kinetic friction. B cube. Static friction, less than limiting friction. Coefficient of kinetic friction, less than the coefficient of static friction. Dynamic friction, independent of area of contact. Dynamic friction is independent of area of contact. That's true. Limiting friction is maximum value of kinetic friction. Limiting friction is defined for static friction, but it's not for kinetic. This is wrong. So what should be the answer I can write for this one? B must be equal to Q, second option. Static friction is less than the limiting value of friction. Static friction is defined for this one. Coefficient of kinetic friction is lesser than the coefficient of static friction. That is also true. Can anyone give me this answer? 45. A graph is drawn between the force acting and time for which it is acting on a particle. The area under the curve between time t1 and t2 will be given by what? The graph is drawn between force acting and time for which it is acting. That means force versus time. area under the curve between time interval t1 and t2, any time t1 and t2 if I'm taking. Area under ft will give me what beta? Impulse only, na? Impulse means what? Change in momentum. So the best option I can write is 5. 44. A car of mass 900 kg negotiates a banked curve of radius 90 meters on a frictionless road. If the banking angle is 45 degrees, the optimum speed of the car will be equal to how much? Circular motion. Tan theta is equals to v square divided by rg. So v value will be equal to under root of your rg into your tan theta. So that will be into root of your radius is given for me 90. G value is nothing but 10 into tan 45. Then 45 will be equal to 1. So this will be root 900. Root 900 is 30 meter per second. Yeah. करना क्या है बेटा इवनिंग में मेरे को ये क्लारिटी बताइए. What you want me to teach the individual topics or daily we can we start at one grand test? We can plan for 60 grand test daily. Daily एक grand test कर सकते हैं अगर आप लोग का syllabus हो गया तो, rather than doing the individual topics. What do you say? Shall we start the grand test from tomorrow onwards? रोज एक ग्रैंड टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. शिल्पा बोलना. So we can see that whether you are crossing 80s or 120s in the complete grand test papers. So it will be daily revision of all the chapters, 50 questions or something like that. चार्ट में बोल सकते हो अगर ग्रैंड टेस्ट करना है तो ग्रैंड टेस्ट करेंगे, नहीं हर चैप्टर को थोड़ा फास्ट रिवीजन कर लेके हर चैप्टर पे प्रॉब्लम्स कर लेंगे महीना पूरा बोले तो जैन पूरा वी कैन सिट फॉर द इंडिविजुअल टॉपिक्स. This will be better, sir. Revision can be done easily by doing questions. I think so I'm already having grand test papers. Shilpa, what do you say? Should we start the grand test from tomorrow onwards? I'll send you daily one paper direct towards in the WhatsApp group 1 hour before the class. Like say if class is at 10 o'clock, I'll send you at 9 o'clock. 9 to 10 you can do the paper. And from 10 to 11 we can discuss the paper. Okay? Okay, from tomorrow onwards, I'll be sending you the grand test. So remind me once. 9 to 10, I'll send you the paper daily at 9 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, we can start discussing the paper. Okay, like that, we can do daily one grand test paper, almost like some 60 grand tests. Okay? Sure. तो कल से हम लोग फिर ग्रैंड टेस्ट कर लेंगे बेटा. ओके ओके चलो टेक केयर बाय.